Put a 1 in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Let me know you can hear me. Put a 1 in the chat. Tell me how the sound is. Tell me how the sound is, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Father's Day to those who are fathers and to those who have fathers. Okay. I haven't seen you guys in a minute. Last week was crazy. I'm all over the place last week. I'm in one county to another county, doing a bunch of stuff. Ladies and gentlemen. I'll just say it like that. So, my voice sounds funny. Wait a minute, my voice sounds funny. Hold on a second. My voice sounds funny. Hello? What? Oh, wow. It does sound funny. Hold on.
How about now? Is that going? Oh my goodness. Who's playing with my... Don't play with me. Hold on. What? Wait a minute. Hold on. What the heck is going on here? Hold on. Let's see what's happening here.
You're tuned into Hip Hop Inquirer magazine today and watching the big homie, Mr. Dennis Byron, give you the exclusive deets on the latest in news and hip hop for over 30 plus years. And remember to tell your folks Uncle Snoop sent you.
What? Wait a minute. I've been hijacked. Okay, I don't know if the okay, this is not. Wait a minute. This happens every 6 months. I tell you what we're gonna do. What we're gonna do here? Hold on.
This should work. This should work. You know what?
Hold on. How about now? Okay, it must be a. I tell you what I'm gonna do. I want to take the mic off. Stand by, real quick. Stand by. It has to be sound. I can hear myself. Okay, I tell you what. How about right now? How about now? I'm gonna wait for the comments. How about now? Okay. How about now? Okay. Someone said it. They can hear me. I guess that's a good thing. Hold on. Okay, I'm good. Okay. Dang. Woo! Damn, it'll take about 10 minutes. Okay, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, what I want to do right now is go over some of the cases I covered last week, and more importantly, I want to talk about first of all, I'm gonna be a little messy. What do you think about the thumbnail? What do you guys think about the thumbnail? What do you think about the thumbnail? Check out the thumbnail. We weren't listen. We were in the courtroom. We had a bunch of attorneys in there, and then we had one person who decided to photobomb my shot. I ain't come to play. If you listen, you know I'm taking the picture. You want to stay in the shot? That's up to you. I'm taking the picture. Well, let me give you the background of that shot. So there were a bunch of attorneys who came in the courtroom for to support Attorney Brian Steele, and it was at first they couldn't even get in the courtroom, and then the judge said something to the effect that when Ashley Merchant said, "Hey, he has other attorneys that want to come in to watch it," the judge said, "Hey, you're gonna have to go to the 8th floor because they have a courtroom. I think it's 8D that they have. It's like the overflow room, but there was enough seats. The courtroom wasn't packed." And something else, and I think I spoke about this, whenever the jurors are out of the box, and the jurors had already left for the evening, so the lawyers wanted to essentially come in and support Brian Steele. The judge said, "No one's sitting in my jury box." I'm like, "Wait a minute, Judge. I've sat in many jury boxes as a member of the press." So what the security did is decide to make some space, and of course, you know who was in the room as well. And I'm not going to talk too much about the misinformation. Some of the misinformation was put out there. I think most people have been covering this trial from various channels and so forth, and they can see what actually is happening. There was some reporting of some the prosecutor crying and everything. Like I said, I didn't see the prosecutor crying. However, I did have to I did have to speak to someone else, and someone else said they think they did see her crying, but they don't believe it was related to the case, and we don't know. We don't know if she was having a hard time, because I will say that the witness on the stand, Kenneth Copeland, I think this guy's acting. I think a lot of stuff he's doing, he can intelligently say he's not intelligent. I don't know. If this is a strongest witness, which it seems like this is a strongest witness based on the opening statements by DA Adrian Love and things that were said during the beginning of the case. If this is their strongest witness, they got a problem. They got a major problem. They have a major problem because this witness is not coming across as credible. He's even saying that he lied so much. But I want to watch some of the testimony, and then I want to give some commentary. But I think that this might be the time that District Attorney Farney Willis makes a decision that, hey, offer some of these guys plea deals or this is costing the state too much money. This is costing the county too much money. And if this is the strongest piece of evidence, because all they're going to do is put him on the stand, he's going to get cross-examined. He's probably going to even further hurt their case under cross-examination. And then they're going to probably bring in Detective Gaither and the other detective that was in the interrogation room with them. And it's not, I think they're going to go by more what the witness is saying on the stand than what the detectives are saying, because according to Kenneth Copeland, Detective Gaither former Detective Gaither had it out for him. So I don't know. And Lil Woody knows what he's doing on social media. He knows what he's doing. He knows what the impact of his testimony is having on social media. I'm almost inclined to believe that he was probably the most colorful of the witnesses giving testimony. Now we had Adrian Bean, and then we had Tick, and I think that Lil Woody's topped all of them. And why? Because he's supposed to have some critical pieces of information, but really it doesn't seem like that. And notice one other thing. and I don't know if people paid attention to this. Adrian Love, the prosecutor, usually questions the key witnesses, the star witnesses, but she let her co-counsel Hilton question this particular witness. Why didn't Adrian Love question this particular witness? I don't know. I thought that was interesting that the top prosecutor didn't question the star witness. This is their star witness. Make no mistake, this is their star witness. Listen, you know she wanted to be my shot. She knows she wanted to be my shot. I know she wanted to be my shot. It's okay. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Hey. You know, I don't know. Listen, this is the fact that he's doing all these antics on the stand. I don't know. I think these jurors, you got young jurors on there. There's one guy, and he's probably about 20, I'm saying about 27, 28 years old. And he's watching this, and he's even chuckling. And then Lil Woody, I think Lil Woody should probably be in entertainment because he is an entertaining character. He's an entertaining character in light of what has already happened. He was held in contempt. So that should bring some kind of animosity to the prosecutors because the defense didn't hold him in contempt. Then he fired his attorney right on spot. She's fired. She didn't even put in a notice of appearance in the opening of his testimony. She was just a backup from his other counsel. So this is going to have some real serious ramifications down the road. And I'm just wondering why the judge is like, bring the parties in and say, listen, the lawyers, and say, hey, this case is not going the way you guys think it's going. And he's been on the bench so long, he can see this. I don't see the jury come back with a guilty verdict. At this point, I don't see the jurors come back with a guilty verdict. And I just want to look at a little bit. Not too long, guys. I'm not going to be here that long, but I wanted to come back on and just play a little bit of the testimony of Lil Woody. And then let's just listen to how he's responding. And watch how he's trying to spin the prosecutor. Let's get him over up here. Come on, Lil Woody. Get up in here. Where you at, Lil Woody?
The objection. That was Mr. Steele. Asked and answered.
Was that the chopper that we discussed earlier?
We discussed this earlier?
The gun that was recovered, is that the chopper that was purchased at Arrowhead Pawn Shop by Quindarius Daiquiri?
That's the gun that sent me to the feds.
And is that the gun that was found at Dunbar Recreation Center?
I guess so.
Why did you have the gun at Dunbar Recreation Center?
I just plead guilty to it.
Did you tell officers that you were trying to sell that gun, and that's why you had it at the Dunbar Recreation Center?
Again, I was going to jail.
Ms. Hilton, before you posit some other questions, I think we probably need to take a comfort break. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's take about 10 minutes and then see where the afternoon leads.
Wait a minute.
Okay?
We're not taking a comfort break.
All rise.
We're gonna fast forward this. We're not taking a comfort break. We'll get past all that. We don't need a comfort break. That we don't need. We're not going to talk about these long comfort breaks either, because these comfort breaks take a little too long. Here we go. Paradox says street smarts versus book smarts. What is this? Food smarts. Street smarts will always prevail. Yeah, especially in these type of cases.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please be seated. All jurors present? All right. Thank you, Debbie Hudson. All right. Members of the jury, with your indulgence and patience, we're going to go probably about another 20 minutes or so, and then we're going to recess for the day, okay? All right. Madam?
Mr. Copeland, what blood set were you a part of?
Can you repeat that?
What blood set were you a part of?
What blood set what I was part of?
Yes, sir.
I wasn't part of no real blood set.
Okay. Did you ever claim to be a Billy Blood?
I said I was.
Okay. And were you?
No.
Did you tell Detective Gaither that you were, not Detective Gaither, Detective Lewis, in that February 21st interview that you were Billy Blood?
I don't know what I told them in when they questioned me.
Okay. Do you recall talking to Detective Lewis about the meeting with Mo where they said that they were going to kill you?
Huh?
Do you remember talking to Detective Lewis about the meeting with Mo, who was in prison, and that they were planning on killing you?
I don't recall.
Okay. And do you recall her asking you why you weren't at this meeting?
Huh?
Do you recall her asking you why you weren't at this meeting?
Why was I at the meeting?
Why were you not at the meeting?
At what meeting?
The meeting with the Bloods, the meeting of the Bloods trying to kill you.
I don't recall.
Okay. And do you... Sure. February 21st,
Right.
What year?
2015.
Right. Bad questioning.
And then do you recall telling her you weren't down with them, but that you were Billy Blood?
I don't recall.
Okay.
Mine
and
is
then do you recall her
over 9
asking,
years ago.
who are you with now?
I don't recall.
Okay. And you told her at that point they got mad.
I told her.
You told Detective Lewis.
Oh, this a lady?
Yes. At that point they got mad because I didn't go back with them. I started hanging out with Thug and them, so I'm YSL.
No, I don't recall.
Did you consider yourself part of the gang YSL?
Basis.
It's an improper question.
I didn't mean for you to speak.
Hasn't laid a foundation.
Basis.
702 Invasion Province.
Overrule, sir.
Did you consider yourself part of YSL, the gang?
Gang, I consider myself 372.
When did you consider yourself 372?
What you mean, when?
Did you consider yourself a 372 when you called yourself Billy Blood?
I always been 372.
So even as a part of YSL, were you considered, or do you consider yourself 372?
Gang, I'm always 372 when it come to gang.
Did you also consider yourself part of YSL?
372 when you speaking on gang.
Yes or no? Did you consider yourself a part of YSL?
But you saying gang wise, like
So you did not consider yourself part of YSL, the gang?
when it come to gang, I consider myself 372.
Now, going back to June of 2015 when you were arrested for the Fed charges, we talked about the gun that was at the Dunbar Center. When you were arrested, where were you arrested at?
Which time?
When you got arrested in June?
June 10th?
Yes.
At the house.
Did they find any guns at the house?
Yeah, they did.
Were you charged in your federal charges with that gun? Do you recall?
Yes.
Okay. Now, once you were arrested, were you brought in to Atlanta Police Department headquarters for an interview?
Yes.
Okay. And do you remember how long that interview was?
It was long.
Do you remember it being about 9 hours?
It was long.
It was long. Okay. And during the course of that interview, did you speak with multiple detectives?
Yeah, I did.
Do you remember speaking with anyone from the ATF or
Yeah, I did.
And was Detective Gaither in that interview?
She was at some point.
What about Detective Dennis?
Who?
Detective Dennis, do you remember him?
Yeah, I think he was too.
Okay. And what about Detective Thorpe?
I think he was too.
Okay. And when you were arrested and brought down to APD, did you want to give them truthful information?
Again, I was going to jail.
Do you recall telling them that you're not going to worry about me lying?
Can you say that again?
Sure. In the early part of that interview, do you recall telling them you're not going to have to worry about me lying?
Probably so.
Why did you want to speak to the police that day?
Because I was trying to finesse my way out of jail.
And what did you think you had to do to finesse yourself out of jail?
Well, they kept asking about Young Thug, so that's the direction I had to go.
Did they ask you about anything else?
They asked me about the gun. I think they asked me about the gun first.
Did they ask you about anything else?
Yeah, they asked me about a lot.
Do you recall them asking you about Nuts murder?
Yes.
And did you speak with them about Nuts murder?
Yes.
And did you speak with them about the gun at the Dunbar Center?
Yes.
And the gun at your house?
Yes.
Okay. And did you also speak with them about Young Thug?
Yes.
And did you talk with them about Little D from Mechanicsville?
Yes.
And what about Shannon?
Yes.
Now, when you got to that interview, did you believe that
got
people
5
were trying
yeses
to kill
out.
you?
Uh-huh. I thought people trying to kill me for a long time.
Specifically in June, did you still believe that people thought you snitched on them regarding the murder of Donovan Thomas?
Can you say it one more time?
Sure. When you had this interview in June of 2015, did you think going into that interview that people thought that you had snitched on them regarding the murder of Donovan Thomas?
Overruled. Well, no, I take that back. I'm sustain the question.
Why did you think people were trying to kill you?
Because I was paranoid. People were shooting at me.
That would give you a
Did you
reason
tell
to
the
think.
detectives in this June 10th interview that everyone in the world is trying to kill me because they think I told on them?
No, I told them that people were trying to kill me because they say I killed Nut.
Do you recall telling the detectives about the fact that that Thug's sister had called you or had texted you?
Can you say that again?
Sure. Let me ask you this. Did Thug's sister ever text you regarding you going to the police about Nuts murder?
I texted her and told her that I was going to kill Thug when I get a chance. That's what you're talking about?
No, but why did you text her that you were going to kill Thug when you get a chance?
Because I let a lot of people get in my ear.
And what did they get in your ear about? Its effect on the listener, Your Honor. What did they get in your ear about?
A whole lot of stuff. People coming to me every 5 minutes with something about not just Thug. It was just a lot of people, but mainly most people was.
So before I continue, ladies and gentlemen, those who have joined in, I really didn't have an opportunity last week to thoroughly watch this video and discuss it because a lot has happened since he took the witness stand. And as we listen to him give testimony, we will see how the cross-examination is going to be lined up. Because right now, District Attorney Simone Hilton is having big problems with this witness. Big problems. This guy sat on the witness stand in front of the jurors that he would say anything to get out of trouble. So how much weight do you guys think that the jurors are going to put with this witness? He's the star witness. And you watch his facial expressions. Watch how many times he blinks as he's talking to her. And I don't know, many of you have conducted interviews, but the repetitive blinking signals that this guy's probably lying. And then watch when he's being passionate about telling the truth. Watch his eyes. It's just the little things that I see in this interview, in this direct examination. So to answer my good buddy D, we're watching it just to do an analysis because he's going to be on the witness stand probably Monday and maybe some part two. I think cross-examination is going to happen Monday afternoon or first thing Tuesday morning. But this is what we're witnessing. This is what the taxpayers of Fulton County is paying for. This is why all those jurors are sitting in the box, losing their full pay, because I don't know if they get their full pay. I don't know, some of them are probably not, but we'll see. No, I never said it wasn't a bad question. No, I stopped it so I answered these questions. Let's go.
Coming to me about
And mind you, we only have a few more minutes because this is the last 20 minutes of the clip.
I thought.
What about the?
Nah, they just kept coming to me like he ain't right. He ain't supposed to. I don't know how to answer that.
I mean, but what were they telling you such that you thought that you had to kill Thug?
Say it again.
What were they telling you such that you thought in your mind you wanted to kill him?
That to watch him because everybody saying I killed Nut and they didn't want that on them, so they gonna put it on me. I don't know. Like it was so many different people just telling me stuff. So.
But to kill somebody, what were they telling you to make you think you had to kill Thug?
What did they tell me that made me think I had to kill him?
Yes.
With a show of hands, or show of ones and twos, how many of you think Lil Woody is a killer? How many do you think Lil Woody is a killer? 1, he is. 2, he's not. How many of you think this guy is actually a killer? Think about that for a second.
I better watch.
Okay, so one thing, well, I won't say. Let's just say when people, especially, he's a very small guy. And if he has a Napoleon complex and he's not scared to pull the trigger, don't know. I think the guy could be really, I think anyone could kill, but this guy gives me that, yeah, I've put some work in over time.
Why?
Because they said I was messing up his career. Like they saying that I was putting him in stuff that I got going on. Like they were saying all type of stuff.
So why would you messing up his career mean you have to kill Thug?
They said me. okay, a female came to me and told me that she heard something. Then another person came to me and told me that he heard something. So people kept coming to me, and I was paranoid because I had said something to a friend of mine where I felt as in whatever I was saying to him had got back out.
So let's start there. What did you tell your friend that you think got back to him?
I was planning on him.
Why would you be plotting on Thug?
I don't recall.
Okay.
Oh, he recall. He don't want to
Do
say.
you recall telling the detectives that you called, that Dolly texted you and was cursing you out?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is years ago. Do you remember what she was cursing you out about?
Because I told her I was going to kill Thug when I see him.
Okay. Do you recall the last 4 digits of the number that she was texting you from?
No.
Do you recall giving that full phone number to the detectives?
No.
Do you recall giving them a phone number ending in 1990 for his sister?
Probably so.
Which sister are we texted you?
Dolly.
Okay. Did she have another name?
I said Dolly.
Did you call her something else?
Yeah, I call her Dolly and Max.
Okay. Do you recall texting Dolly, "Damn, your brother's trying to have me killed"?
I probably have.
Okay. Why would you text her that?
Because I thought what I was said to somebody else had got back to him.
So what did you tell somebody else that you thought got back to him?
I don't recall.
Okay. What, again, would make you text that to her brother, to Dolly? "Damn, your brother's trying to have me killed." You know what I mean? Like, what the hell I ever did to him? Why would you text that to her?
I told you I was paranoid. It was so much going on. It was so much going on. I had so many people in my head. And that's just my way of trying to force a reaction.
Force a reaction from who?
From him, to see how he react to it.
Why were you trying to force a reaction from him?
Because I didn't know what the truth was. I didn't know. I didn't know. I didn't know what was going on.
So, Lil Woody wanted to force a reaction from Thug. Now, when you tell someone's sister that you were plotting to kill their loved one, what kind of reaction do you think he would have gotten from Thug? So the fact that he is and if you grew up in the hood, you had guys like this that put in that work, and you would stay far away from them unless you was about that life. So this is being played out in front of the jurors. If they feel the way many of you feel in the comment section, that he is a bad dude, will that transfer over to Young Thug? Or this guy's just a bad dude because he's a bad dude and he has nothing to do with Young Thug? So I don't know if this is calculated by the prosecutors to put this guy on to just to show the jurors that there are some bad dudes that used to hang around Thug, and they should conclude that because they were bad dudes hanging around Thug, that Thug is a bad dude as well. I don't know if that is the strategy, but I don't know. This probably is not the best route to go, because you might just be throwing whatever against the wall to see what sticks with these jurors. I don't know. It's an interesting play by the prosecutors.
Now, we talked about in February, strike that. We talked about in January, people thinking that you had killed Nut, right? Also in February, did people think you were trying to kill Nut?
Huh?
Did people think that you killed Nut? Excuse me.
Objection calls for speculation.
Right. It's a
Did
general
you be-
statement.
I'll sustain the form.
Right.
Did
General
you
statement.
believe that people thought that you killed Nut?
Did I believe it?
Yes.
People were convinced.
Okay. By the time we got to June, did you still have that same belief when you
Did
got
I
arrested?
have that belief?
Yes. When you got arrested in June, did you still have that same belief that people thought you had done, that you had killed Nut?
I don't know, like, so many people was on so many people just like, a lot of people said they know I didn't do it. A lot of people said I did it. So I don't
And I'll ask you again, did you kill Nut?
know.
Okay. Now, when you got to this interview,
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, when he was just asked that question, did he kill Nut? Do you guys believe him? Did you get that feeling that he's telling the truth? Did you get that feeling that he's telling the truth? He didn't give you that outburst like, hell no, I didn't kill Nut. He didn't give you that feeling.
do you recall speaking with the detectives about the night that Nut was killed?
Can you say that again?
Sure. When you got to this June interview, do you recall speaking to the detectives about the night that Nut was killed?
Yeah.
Okay.
All the way interview.
The June one?
Yes.
Okay. Now, did you have concern during this June interview that Thug had observed you speaking to police?
Huh?
Did you have concern during this June interview that Thug had seen you speaking to police?
No.
Do you recall telling the detectives in this June interview, long story short, the detectives was calling my phone and he was right there. And they asked you, Thug was right there? And you said, yeah. So I answered the phone and he's looking at me like this, but I don't know what's going on. They asked you, why is he looking like that? And you said, because he see me answering the phone for them.
No, he told me that when I answered the phone, I answered my phone on speaker, so it was my baby mama calling saying that the investigators wanted to talk to me. I was like, for what? And that's when he said what he wanted to talk to me about. And he got on the phone, asked me, could I come down there and interview him? And Thug was like, go down there.
Why were you concerned then that he saw you answering the phone for the police in front of him?
She's reaching right now.
I don't know. I don't know about him being concerned.
Right. That makes no sense.
Why would you tell the police that?
Because it's the police.
If there wasn't an issue, why would there be a need to tell the police that Thug was?
Because at the time the police questioned me, it was me against everybody. So they saying that they want Thug, and that's what I'm trying to do. Get them up off of me. So I had text Thug phone the day before they locked me up. And I texted their phone and told them that I was going to kill him when I see him. So the police got me the next day. And when they got me, that was it.
Let's go back. What day are you talking about? You texted
June.
in
Text-
June. You
text
said
who?
you texted Thug. Who did you text?
One day, I texted their phone. I called his sister and told her, tell your brother when I see him, I'm going to kill him.
Okay.
I don't care who see me, I'm going to kill him. Me and her were arguing on the phone. As me and her were arguing on the phone, I got mad and hang up the phone. the very next day, 2 days later, I know I woke up and the police was at the door.
Okay.
When they got me, I was mad with.
Okay, so he puts this in a text message that he's going to kill Thug. So if they're saying Thug is the leader of the YSL gang, then why would Thug be scared of him? Don't seem like Thug was the leader of anything. Thug was getting a pressure applied on him. And maybe someone called the police and said, hey, my brother just got threatened. He's a recording artist. And mind you, back then he was a up-and-coming artist. He was just getting his foot wet in the music industry. But doesn't sound like he was the 300-pound gorilla. Thug was the 300-pound gorilla. Can ex parte meetings, Jazzy lady asks, can ex parte meeting evidence be tampered with? I don't understand your question. It's not clear to me. Maybe you want to retype it and proofread before you hit send. Appreciate the super chat. So I can't think like a criminal. Well, you know, as old saying, you have to think like a criminal to catch a criminal. You have to think like a criminal to catch a criminal. So if you never grew up in the hood, or you never been around people like this would probably be all foreign to you. Or if you never worked in the field where this is what you did day in and day out, is conduct interviews, then this may not be something that you can really grasp onto. And for a lot of people, watching this trial is new to them. They're learning new things that they never would have been interested in learning because of social media. And social media has pushed out the coverage, trial coverages, and you're going to see witnesses like this testify. Not too many, but I've seen some interesting things on the people on the witness stand. This is a unique character, but there are a lot of people that think like him and reason like him. But let's listen.
The world.
And were you arrested again for those guns?
Yes.
All right. And that's the only thing you were arrested for those guns.
And I think they put some gang charges on me or something. I think they put some more charges on me or
I
something.
think they probably did.
And I understand that you said you texted his sister Dolly that you were going to kill.
Nah, I don't think I texted. I told her over the phone that I was gonna kill him.
Okay.
But was that in response of you asking her whether or not he was trying to kill you?
Oh no, I didn't ask her nothing.
Okay. So why did you tell the detectives that?
Because he's the detective.
Were you concerned that Thug did not want to hang around you anymore because you had been talking to the police?
No.
And shout out to Turtleneck.
Detectives in this same June interview, he ain't want to hang around me anymore. And they asked you, this Thug? And he said, yeah. Like, damn, what the hell? Why the hell these niggas don't want me around?
That makes no sense. If you were trying to...
Do you recall being concerned that Thug did not want you hanging around him anymore?
Well, he actually called me a few times to try to get me to come around. I didn't want to go around.
So why would you tell the police, why the hell these niggas don't want me around?
Because I'm talking to the police and they are after me.
When you were arrested, were you not trying to get out of jail?
For sure.
So why would you be telling them lies if you were trying to get out of jail?
That's what criminals do. They lie.
So let me say this.
Let her know.
If I tell the police the alphabet is ABCD, right? The police gonna tell me what come after D. E come after D, I think. ABCDE. Man, I don't know, man. I'm not about to go through all that. Know what I mean? Like, this is investigators. They locking me up. They targeting me. They constantly, every time I come outside, spit on the ground. SWAT team got me. Like,
So why would you stay in a 9-hour interview if they were out to come and get you?
you see what you said? That's how bad they was after me. They sit right there and put up with me for that long.
Okay, but you kept talking to them for the entire 9 hours. I'll rephrase.
I'll stand the question.
Did you speak with them for the entire 9 hours?
I was handcuffed to behind my back, legs shackled to the chair. And guess what I know? When I get finished talking to them, I'm going to the jail. So guess what I'm trying to do? Trying to buy as much time as I can before I go to the jail.
Mm.
That right there.
All right. Can you publish 378 Yankee Echo 1? Is that June 10, 2015?
Something he just said, and I just picked up on it. So they had this guy handcuffed for 9 hours in an interrogation. 9 hours. Think about that for a second. Handcuffed, shackled for 9 hours in a room. That's a long time. That is a long time. Could you sit for 9 hours in a room? 9 hours, that's a long time. And programs can do it. So people in certain professions can do it, but they get up and they walk out, they get a drink, they get some soda, they take a, but 9 hours? I get it. This guy's probably saying whatever he could say to spin them. So that right here, right in the center, that I believe that's Gaither. I believe to the left of that, that's either Dennis, and who's the other detective? I don't know. There are 3 detectives in the room right now.
Yeah.
And is that the interview that we're discussing right now?
Yeah.
Okay. And in that interview, is that when you were first brought in once you were arrested? Are you still in your regular clothes?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a yes for the record?
Yes.
Okay. Now, sitting in this room, did you believe that the truth would have hurt you as you were doing this interview?
It's not about the truth hurt me. It's about the state of mind I was in.
Okay. But did you believe the truth would have hurt you?
I don't know.
So why won't you tell the truth?
Because I'm about to go to jail. So the state of mind I'm in is I'm about to go to jail.
Right. So would lying have helped you to get out of jail?
It have.
Didn't they tell you that they were going to have to verify any information you told them?
They did.
Okay. So why would you tell a lie if they had to verify what they told you and you were trying to get out of jail?
Didn't care.
I don't know.
Make them work.
Did you believe the truth would hurt Thug?
Say that again.
Did you believe the truth was going to hurt Thug?
You said, do I believe the truth gonna hurt Doug?
Yes.
That'd be his problem.
Right. But if you're in this state of mind, why would you be in there just telling lies?
Because that's who the police after. They locking me up, but they are after him.
But they're locking you up and you are trying to get out of jail. Wouldn't you tell the truth to get out of jail?
It depends on who is the truth to.
Okay. Now, During the course of your interview, did the detective ask you, why were you so concerned about whether or not Thug knew you were talking to the police?
Can you say it again?
Let me just ask you a better question. Why were you concerned about whether or not Thug knew you were talking to the police?
I wasn't concerned.
He said this already.
Do you recall the detectives asking you, why does it matter to Thug if you're talking to the police or not, if he has no say in what happened with Nut? And your response is, between us men, I want to say they had something to do with it.
What about it?
Do you recall telling that to the detectives?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. And then when they asked you who was the they, do you recall saying Thug and them?
Okay.
Did you recall saying that?
Like, yeah.
Okay. And then they said Thug and them who? And you said Shannon and Bentley.
Say that again?
Sure. When they then asked you Thug and who, you responded Shannon and Bentley and all, because all of them just acting funny towards me.
Yeah.
Okay. Why would you say that?
Because it's the investigators.
Again, why say Shannon? Why say Shannon?
Because they know me and him be together. It's easy to, it was Shannon to get, I don't know, like, I told you it's the state of mind I was in. When the police got me, I was doing a lot of stuff.
You call a guy like this a setup artist. A setup, let me explain. Someone who has no qualms about setting someone else up. And I saw this in his 3.5-hour interrogation. I said, this guy is more susceptible to set someone else up than for the heat to fall on him. And it's clearly he's just displaying that right now.
Man, like, they just caught me early in the morning, like.
Early in the morning, is that not when you're your freshest?
Huh?
And early in the morning, is that not when you're your freshest?
No, they can't get me out. I'm asleep. I hear the door. Boom, 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 boom. If I'm asleep and she sleep, who been at this door like that? Okay. So it shot my brain. I've been shot ever since I looked like those seen it was the police. I can't forget it. Like.
Ms. Hilton.
Okay.
All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this might be a natural point for us to recess for today.
So this is so uncomfortable to watch because you know that this guy is not the best witness. He's not a strong witness at all. But the prosecutors thought that he would be a great witness for this case. And to think that they spent millions of dollars on this case already, and they're probably not going to get a guilty verdict. I don't think they're going to get the top. I don't think they're going to convict Young Thug of being a part of a racketeering case. I don't see that happening. And the longer you keep these jurors in the box, the less likely they're going to be interested in finding these defendants guilty, and they're going to probably be mad at the prosecutors and the judge for wasting their time. This is why cases have to move along. I covered a murder trial last week. It took literally not even 2 weeks for them to find the defendant guilty. And the judge ran her courtroom so professionally. She didn't lose her temper. She was very tempered. And the prosecutors and the attorneys knew the role they played. And it wasn't a waste of time. You could probably prosecuted 100 people already or better in that same courtroom with a different judge, maybe, to move it along. But this is just a waste. And I'm not making light of the fact that crimes may have been committed. But if you can't make your case in 30 days in 30 days, then you don't have a real strong case. If you need to inundate the jurors with 300 and 400 witnesses, how strong is your case? I don't know. It's weird to me. You need all these witnesses to try to make a case. Tells me your case is not that strong. And as you watch these various witnesses take the stand and get off the stand, are you more convinced or less convinced that the state has a strong case? And that's the thing you have to ask yourself. And that's what the jurors have to ask. And how many jurors have checked out already? When I say checked out already, they're just coming in, going through the motion. Because jurors check out. They have lives. This shouldn't be the only thing they're doing. They have lives. They have kids going to school, graduating, planning, they're losing loved ones. And they may want to take this out on the prosecutors at this point. And no one's considering the jurors. These are the people that have to make the decision at the end of the day. And if you think about when you're working on your job, your boss tells you, listen, just find a solution. They don't want you to drag it out because it's a cost factor there. Find a solution. What is the quickest way to get to the finish line? That's what you got to think about. And I almost feel sorry for I'll be honest, for the prosecutors, because right now more people are tuned into this trial than they expected. And it's not because of the defense is doing, it's because of what the judge and the prosecutors are doing, while more people are interested in this particular case. And it's embarrassing to the lawyers that practice this day in and day out to see this happen. And then you want people to think that the scale of justice is balanced. I don't know. No, hold on. Jurors' lunch is not getting paid for. Someone asked Dennis, is the jurors' lunch being paid for? No, the jurors pay for their own lunch. They pay for their own lunch. Now, in the case that I just previously covered, their lunch is covered. They get free lunch. The jurors get free lunch. They get good lunch too. They got good lunch at the other county. Gwinnett County, the jurors are getting good lunch, free parking. They get their breaks. And you want to keep people interested. Let me say this. Towards the end this is the Miles Bryant trial coverage I'm talking about. Even at the end of the trial coverage, the jurors wanted to stay there. Even after they brought their verdict back and found him guilty, they wanted to stay there and watch the judge's sentencing. You rarely see that. Usually the jurors leave after they do their job as far as finding the person innocent or guilty. They stayed there and watched the judge sentence him. And I thought that was significant because this is their time. Their time is precious, but they stayed around. No, when they bring the decision back, in this case, those jurors are out of there. They're probably gonna need therapy. Let's be honest. They're probably gonna need therapy for what they had to deal with. It's crazy. It's really crazy. But we got to see more of this. We have to see more of this. And I want to say something else. So I was given the name Turtleneck. I don't know why. I got no rolls in my neck. I don't know why they call me. I was given the name Turtleneck, but I'm returning to sender. I'm returning that name to the sender. It may be more applicable to the sender. We're just gonna leave that there. But just to think, if you're not getting paid to be in this courtroom every day in this particular trial for 8 months, oh man, I can't do it. I can't do it. You got to break up the monotony there. You come in, and certain individuals come in every day, never covered hip hop before. Well, except for Cardi B with me, but every day. And your analysis of the case is more, let's just say, uninformed than informed. More uninformed than informed. But some people do it. listen. You don't have listen. Kia, I heard the term before, but that person would not even know that if that even applied to me. So I get it. You don't have to say it. I know where you're going with that. Yeah, don't mention it here. Tell them on the back channel somewhere. Don't mention it here. Let's see here. Hold on a second. I'm trying to read through the comments. You know what I want to do? I want to drop the link real quick. If you guys want to talk about this case, I'm gonna drop. And for those who are watching on Twitter, we're on YouTube. If you're on Twitter, you want to come on YouTube, you can follow the link on YouTube, because I think we have a link on YouTube on Twitter that leads back to the channel. If you want to join the conversation, I'm gonna drop the link in there if you guys want to discuss this case or the upcoming one. Well, I guess we'll talk about the other case on another live with Nesto. But right now, if you want to discuss this particular case, feel free to click on the link. If not, we're going to end the live. I'll give you guys a couple of minutes to get in here while I read some comments. Oh, D, thank you. I appreciate you, D. I want to share that interview I did with the prosecutor representing, the defense attorney representing Miles Bryant. I caught her. She promised me the first interview, and she gave me the first interview. And I asked some hard questions. I don't know if any of you guys saw the interview. It was actually covered on 11 Alive as well. But I asked her some hard questions because there were times I wondered if she, wanted to be there. That was just my thought. She didn't seem like she wanted to be there, but that was just my only thought. Let me read through these questions here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, we're going to get that interview up today. That interview, I'll have that up today. Today. I'm going to bring you up. Get on camera. Why you don't get on camera? I'll bring you up. You're on stage.
Hey, Dennis.
What's up? What's going on?
No, man, I want your opinion because everybody is saying that day that Woody coughed and told her to get back, that he was saying that she stink.
She didn't say. He didn't say that.
Right. I didn't think so, but I just hate hearing people keep saying that because that's just it's kind of silly to me.
Yeah, that didn't happen. Now, what I will say is the sound. They have a lot of audio problems in the courtroom. You just see one day that Miss Hilton had a microphone. A mic she was carrying around with her, because the sound is so bad. They need to fix that, because not only is it bad for the people online watching the trial, but even for the defendants in the back of the courtroom, it's hard to hear. And sometimes, like for example, when you see someone like Bruce Harvey talk, he doesn't talk with a heavy voice, and he doesn't, it's hard to hear him sometimes. And I'm in the front, and I'll tell you, when I'm sitting in the courtroom, I'm literally parallel to the prosecution's table. I'm one, just right. There's a railing there. I'm right there, right there. That seat, so I'm able to see the entire courtroom, and that's so I'm able to hear the prosecution's table. And only way I can hear the defense is that I either come to the podium or they talking to their microphones. But the sound quality is not that good. But he didn't say she stank.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But I got one more question. Have you seen that lawsuit that somebody filed against Fannie, Judge Glanville, and some more older prosecutors in 2018 for getting railroaded for something that happened in 2014?
Well, I'm sure there are probably tons of lawsuits filed against different members of the county 2018. That's that's a 6-year lawsuit, 6-year-old
Right.
lawsuit. But no, I didn't see that. There's too many, so many lawsuits are being filed.
Yeah, but this lawsuit sounds a lot like what's going on now. Like they didn't they didn't give evidence over to his defense attorney because what the case was that somebody went downtown, wrote a letter, told the police that this guy robbed them, and they went and picked him up. They went and got a warrant, just picked him up. No interview, no nothing.
Well,
And then the
I would
person
have to
who
look at
said it,
the actual arrest report.
yeah,
Because when you look at the arrest report, it may be a lot different than
what they said.
right what they're saying. So
Okay.
I don't think just someone writing a letter is going to make the police arrest you. In that case, people be
Hey,
sending kites all over the place.
I wonder sometimes about some of these police. You know, they're pretty crooked.
Okay.
Some of them. But
All right.
okay, that's
Be
all I
feel
had
free
to
to
say.
get on camera if you want.
Oh, not oh, you talking to somebody else?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm ready to go.
All right now.
All right.
Thank you for coming up.
Yep.
Jazzy, what's up?
Hey, happy Father's Day, Dennis. How are you?
Thank you, Jazzy. Appreciate you.
I googled my question. I wanted to know about could the transcripts from the ex parte and meetings be tampered with? Because Judge Glanville said, "Oh, I'm gonna I gotta what did he say? I don't know what he said, but
He has to, when it was asked again, when it was requested again, he was more open to it. Now, when you say tamper with, how about maybe certain things weren't taken down, but you had a lawyer in there, and the lawyer that represented Lil Woody in that room. So
right.
if she might be able to get a waiver to speak on what actually occurred there, because if they're questioning whether or not, because the judge is a witness to this ex parte, and now there's
Right.
over the judge's head. So him making a ruling over something that was done improperly to his doing is a problem. So he should recuse himself even for this particular issue and let another judge come in, and Judge Glanville may have to be questioned as to
Yeah.
what happened, what was being said, and we don't know what pressure was applied to Lil Woody, because the fact that Lil Woody didn't have an attorney in the courtroom, especially he's a star witness, and he doesn't have an attorney there.
hmm
So where's his protection? And Judge kind of was nonchalant about when he said, "Do I need one?" And the judge was, But I've seen judges err on the side of caution for the defendant. I mean, for the witness versus taking a nonchalant approach to it. Get a lawyer in there that works in your best interest. Because if they remove,
Go ahead.
if
Go
they
ahead.
remove this, if the judge allowed this lawyer to step down, he fired her. We heard that he fired her.
hmm
Someone else, because this guy, he already said on the witness stand, he's not that smart of a guy. He's not that smart, and he almost say he's illiterate. So why
Right.
you want that guy to move forward in any testimony without having a lawyer present? And the judge could have appointed one. He could have erred on the side of course. He let it be up to this witness versus saying, "I'm going to err on the side of caution. I'm going to appoint your attorney." You don't have to use that attorney, but he didn't do that, and I'm wondering why. But anyway, that's another.
No. He kept because what he said, I don't want to hire another attorney, and he was saying he don't want her, and he don't want another one. He said, "Do I got to?" And then he was like, "No, but it's your it's your right to have one." And he kept on declining
Well,
on stand on there. But my other question to you, and I know you've been in other courtrooms and this last week, but when you were there, did you notice any signals between Hilton and the judge? When she do her ear, I got it. Uh, uh, I have a tape from another content creator.
I saw that clip.
You
I,
Chatty Nash, yeah.
No, I,
You saw it,
I saw the clip, and I was
and
saying
then the next day, the cameras is not on Hilton and the judge anymore. It's just the witness on stand.
Well, let me
And I,
answer your question because you asked the question, right?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
Yeah.
so to your first question, as far as hand signals and everything, I
Hmm.
remember I said where my position is in the courtroom. So
Hmm.
what I did see is how the prosecution have made different movements, emotions, and reactions that are played out in front of the jurors, and that's concerning. And I did kind of speak on that with. I'll just say I brought that to the attention of who I need to bring to the attention of, and it's pretty obvious that you're that
Hmm.
close to the jurors, and they can hear conversations
Hmm.
coming from the prosecution's table, and the reactions and the emotions by prosecutor Love. She acts when she wants to get the judge's attention. She'll act like she's standing up, and she'll go back, and there's a lot of movement there. Instead of just
Hmm.
saying on objection, and then it's time for you to come to the podium, but all the other physical and facial expressions, that's not necessary, especially when you have the jurors are sitting there watching you. As far as the ear hand, I can't attest to that. But now I will be watching, like many others will be watching, and we also will be watching who's watching it watching that from the in the hallway, looking peering through the glass when the witness is taking the stand.
So one last question, Dennis, and I'm gonna drop down. Um, the day that Bryant still stood up, and that was the next day after he got his subpoena, not to go to jail. The next day,
Appeal.
when he stood up and confronted the judge about how they are always with Woody during lunch, uh, in the rooms with him, like they won't let him breathe. They all over him.
And
And then
that's
that
a
big
fact.
guy that was supposedly been in the back and watching him, glued on him at his testimony and stuff. Have you witnessed that too? And that's I believe the judge is
You asked the
overstepping
question.
his authority. Oh
You,
yeah, yeah, go
you
ahead.
asked the question.
Yep, go ahead.
So yes, I've seen the investigators pretty much shadow Woody,
Mm,
uh,
yep.
and if he's a free man, why is he? But then I will say this: they have done that with other witnesses as well. They have
Mm,
been around other witnesses as well. Some are floating around the hallway in the open area, but this particular witness, they are probably more. Um, let's just say monitor him more so than they are a lot of the other witnesses. Is that a problem? It can be if Lil Woody, who doesn't like the police, feels like this is he might be being intimidated. And remember, they hold the key to his freedom. So
yeah.
I mean, if he can't, the fact that they put him in jail over the weekend because he pled the fifth, even though he had a use immunity, but then he comes back and they're still kind of. You got to remember, this guy's institutionalized. He's done 6 years
Right.
in feds. He's been back and forth to jail, so it's not uncommon for someone who's did that kind of time to feel like these handlers or investigators are not just there as his friend, but more so there to make sure he doesn't slip up, so to speak.
Yeah.
If that
This
makes sense.
whole case got, yeah, go ahead.
If that makes sense to you.
Yeah, it does. It does. Yeah. Well, I'm I got my eyes. At first I wasn't all that into this YSL case and stuff like that. I'll peek in and out from time to time, but since all this stuff been going down, I'm like glued. I'm like glued. I watched your trial last week with the Bryant guy.
Mhm.
I tuned in for that a little bit, but when it got heated over here, I've been glued ever since, and I've been in my feelings.
So imagine me having to travel from one county, covering a very serious trial, and then have
Right.
and it start popping off during the middle of this trial. So I had to bounce from one trial to the other trial.
Yeah.
Literally, it took about an hour and a half to get to one trial to the other trial and seeing this unfold. But we've been seeing these kind of antics in the YSL case. It's just more people have honed in on it because of Brian still
He
being
threat.
held.
He held still into in contempt. Yep.
Right.
But
So,
thank you, Dennis. Thank you so much for taking time out your day, Father's Day,
oh man,
to bring some commentary. And we ain't gonna mention no names, but she be putting out some crazy stuff.
right.
And I don't know if you noticed,
Let me put my cap on for that one.
she be, but I don't know if you noticed, it's even stuff going on in that camp.
Well, I
A
don't.
lot of people, yes, when they ever,
I'm leave that alone. We ain't doing that here. But I
oh,
appreciate
they
you
was
coming on, Jassy Lady. I really do.
okay. Thank you, Dennis.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right, all right. How do you leave? Just leave. Oh,
Just leave. All right. I had to put my cap on for that one. Okay, let me read a few more comments. The link is still in the if you want to come up, the link is still there. Hold on a second. Let me read a few comments. Okay, so Slick, how you gonna come in and ask who we talking to? You should have been here earlier. Now you got to go back, do the replay. Let's see here. Let's see anything directly. Let's see what stands out here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, if you want a comment to stand out, you know what you got to do. You want to stand out, you know what you got to do here. Hold on. How about that, Miss Betty? Well, she knows the reason why she said that, Miss Betty, is because he's Young Thug's attorney, and not having Mr. Still there would deny Young Thug a right to a fair trial by his counsel. Mr. Still is his lead attorney. You take him off the case, and I'm surprised. And that's the other thing. The judge hit him with the maximum criminal contempt, 20 days. You hit this lawyer who doesn't have a blemish on his legal record, and you hit him with a 20-day criminal contempt. Think about that. This guy's been practicing for 33 years, winning cases left and right, but for some reason, you hit this guy with 20 days. You didn't say, hey, I'm going to give you 2 days in jail. 1 day in jail. You want to hit this man 20 days because he doesn't tell you who told him? What about the merits of the claim? What about the merits of the claim that was made? There's a cloud over your head, sir. There's a cloud over your head. You got to shake that monkey off. You got to take that monkey off. You giving people more questions than answers. That transcript should have been ordered and released. Well, it's going to have to go to the appeals court. And the date that is going to be heard in the appeals court is in October. In October. Just think about that. Let's pray the case is over with before then. But I don't think so. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know what this. I think all the parties that are on that, this is more for the prosecution. They have to think about not just this trial, but what is your career going to look like after this trial? What is your career going to look like after this trial? Are you going to be asked to come to work for the biggest law firms after this trial? Or are you going to be like a pariah in other law firms and say, "No, we don't want you here. We saw how you." No, I don't know. Are they just going to be career prosecutors? Because that may be the only place they can go. Career prosecutors. I don't know. Because this one right here, just think about Marsha Clark. Marsha Clark was the prosecutor in the O.J. Simpson case. Her career was over after that trial. It was over. It was over. She wrote a few books, but after that trial, she was a middle-aged prosecutor, and her career was over afterwards. So I don't know if they're really thinking about this one. I don't know. Miss HLS asks, is better? Let's just. That's a good question. I saw that in the comment section. Different style. Will Wooten has a different style. I've seen him in pretrial. I've never seen him in the actual jury trial, because in the Trump case, he handled all the arguments, the pretrial motions, but he's really good. He's good, and he's also assisted by Deja Young, who's on the case, and also Mr. Floyd. Mr. Floyd is the other prosecutor, but it's just different. I won't say better. It's just different. I can't really compare the two because I haven't seen him actually in trial, but he's different. So it's kind of a hard question, because not really. I got to be very careful. I'm in the courtroom, and I don't want to really, I think Prosecutor Love is aggressive, but I don't know if this was the case that she should have really hung a career on, because this one right here is the one. This is the one where people are going to give you the report card. This right here, because America is watching. So I don't know. I hope I was able to answer it, because it's kind of hard, because I really haven't seen Bill Wooten in the trial, but I've seen him in pretrial. Let's see here. Yes, I remember the investigator, D. I remember the investigator allegedly asking the young lady out on a date. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah. Be more shorty. What time is it? I have dinner as well. Hold on. Okay. All right. So there you have, ladies and gentlemen. I just wanted to come on briefly, just because you guys hadn't seen me. You haven't seen me. Well, actually, I haven't been live in probably about a week. But I just want to come on and discuss these trials that I've covered, and I'm gonna drop the post interview from the Miles Bryant. And I want to say this: that Miles Bryant trial was pretty hard for me to cover. Very hard. When I say hard, difficult. There was a lot of emotions in that case. It was, it was a lot going on in that case. And then when the verdict came in, it was almost like, wow, it's over. It's over. But that case right there, it was a difficult one. And that was only less than a 2-week case. And I don't even think the people are connected, and the jurors are connected in this YSL case like they are in that trial. Because you gotta reach the jurors, and you ain't reaching the jurors, you ain't gonna get the verdict that you want. And if you wasting these people's time for all, they come back and get a not guilty. Oh, it's bad. It's over. It's over. The prosecutors' careers are over. It's over. Because you got to know when to you got to know when to hold, know when to fold. If you had all these witnesses and you couldn't get a guilty verdict, and the judge has a lot of pressure too now. Let's look at this. The judge has a lot of pressure now that he let the trial go on this long, and then they don't get a guilty verdict. And they'll say, hey, this is the judge to preside over this case. He was the referee, and they didn't get a guilty verdict? Because it's the prosecutor's case. What the heck is happening in Fulton County? Well, who knows? We'll see. checked out months ago. I would have checked out. I'm like, get me the hell up out of here. Hold on a second. Hold on a second here. I want to read this real quick here. Let's see here. When Susanna Mom spoke before the citizen, that was the saddest ever. Heck yeah, I was right there in front of it. That was so sad. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was very sad. And I might have a special guest on, and I won't tell you who it is. I had to talk to him first before I bring him on. But I'm waiting for some of those jurors to speak out. They didn't want to talk to the media. The judge instructed them, they told the judge they didn't want to talk to the media then. But I kind of interested in what the jurors felt in that deliberation. It wasn't a long deliberation. It came back the same day. Some people thought it was going to go the next day, but once they ordered dinner, I said, okay, they're here for the long haul. And as soon as they finished their dinner, I was literally about to eat a slice of the pizza that they brought for the jurors, and they said they have a verdict. I'm like, oh my goodness, let me finish my pizza first. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you coming in. Hopefully, if you have any questions, please leave in the comment section. I tend to go through the comment section, and if it's a question I can answer, I'll answer it. If not, it just won't get answered. With that said, again, enjoy the rest of the day with your loved ones, primarily the dads that are doing what they need to do. With that, I am out of here. Peace.